श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम नमस्तुते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दाय तवत्र नेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्ण प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। ओम ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुपदं मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरो कृपा। ओम कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय। सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। कृष्ण भगवान की जय। गीता महारानी की जय। हरि ओम। We are discussing Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 13th discourse, and Kshetra Kshetrajnayor Jnanam. The title is the knower of the field. Yeah. Kshetra Kshetrajna और योग क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ विभाग योग the yoga of the distinction between the field and the knower of the field. This is the title of the discourse. We have seen yesterday the 6th श्लोका इच्छा द्वेषः सुखम दुखम संघात चेतना धृति एतत् क्षेत्रम। ये क्षेत्र है समासेन सविकारम उदाहृतम। क्षेत्र सविकारम क्षेत्रम, विकार के साथ जो क्षेत्र है। All these with the modifications, desire, hatred, pleasure, pain, the aggregate, the body, the whole totality, and intelligence, fortitude, dhriti. The field has thus been briefly described with its modifications. This is what we saw in brief. There is no end to it. If you go on discussing on the desires only, 1 year is maybe less. We cannot See how many routes, how many directions, how many forms of all these desires. It is not one, innumerable, endless. How each and every desire is generated, what is the cause of it, what is the support for it, what is the encourager of it, how it grows, and how it is destroyed, by what way. All these are, here we have seen it in brief. That's all. Dvesh, hatred, sukham, pleasure, dukham, pain, and sanghata, the aggregate, the whole totality. Chetana, sometimes we take it as intelligence, sometimes as consciousness, sometimes as the feelings. In this way, in different phases, this is Chetana we have seen, and Dhriti, which holds everything together just like gum. It puts it into one, makes it one, many becomes one. Dhriti, how the body works by Dhriti, by the power of Dhriti, and all these senses are controlled by Dhriti. All these which holds together composing power, that is called Dhriti. In this way we saw the last sloka, which is most important, but in brief. Desire and other qualities that are spoken of in this verse stand for all the qualities of the mind. The field that is, see, all these qualities are of mind. Everything belongs to mind only, the play of mind. The mind is described as a ghost who dances in the desert where there is no forest, and in darkness where there is nobody to see. This ghost dances in this desert full forest. There is no tree at all, but it is a called forest. In this way, this ghost dances day and night. There is no light, but it is day. So this is the game of the mind, and the same mind is called Maya, which is totally a confusive, some unexplainable, unexpressible, some entity which is called mind. Mind has to understand mind. When it tries to understand the mind, mind forgets the other part of the mind. So how can it understand it? Huh? When you are standing in the darkness, how can you know what is darkness? So in this way, something little, whatever we can, we have discussed in this. Now, in the 7th verse, we shall see amanitvam, adambhitvam, ahimsa, shantihi arjabam, acharya upasanam, saujam, sthairyam, atma vinigraha. All these are the qualities of an aspirant, sincere aspirant. All these are required for qualifying yourself as an aspirant, as a spiritual student. See, humility, amanitvam, unprestigiousness, non-injury, forgiveness, uprightness, arjavam. Service of the teacher, acharya upasanam, shaucham, purity, steadiness, sthairiam, and atma vinigraha, self-control. All these qualities he is giving you just to understand it. Why it is said, we shall see afterwards. All these qualities, basically we have to take it for granted. All these are qualities of a sincere mumukshu, one who wants to get rid of all these bondage and miseries of the world. Humility. These are the qualities that constitute wisdom or lead to wisdom. That means one who wants to know the truth, realize the truth, all these qualities should be present in him. Then only he will be guided towards the truth and he will reach the truth. These are the attributes of the man whose mind is turned towards the inner wisdom. If these characteristics are seen in a man in their entirety, totality, fully, it is bloomed in a man, you can infer that the knowledge of the self has done in him. First of all, from one side, if we look at all these qualities, they are the needful, necessary qualities which a man of desirous to know the truth should have. And from other angle, if you see, these are the qualities, these are the symptoms, significances of a person who has obtained wisdom of the self, who is self-realized soul. He will have all these qualities naturally, because he has mastered all these by the way reaching the state of wisdom. So naturally they will be there. They will be there with him. When you are going to reach Gangotri from Uttarkasi, you walk cautiously, you are aware of the whole path which leads to Gangotri. You have reached Gangotri means all the informations of the track you will have. What all you find in the way, that is natural with you. These are the qualities that constitute wisdom or lead to wisdom. थोड़ा बताना पड़ेगा इन लोगों को. Now we shall discuss one by one all these qualities. Humility. Amanitam. It is the negation of vanity. It is absence of self-esteem or self-praise or overestimation of the self-individuality. The basis of pride is the consciousness consciousness of possessing something, wealth, knowledge, strength, beauty, and virtuous qualities in a larger measure than others. That creates pride in you. You are better than others. A proud man possesses at least something, but a man of vanity possesses nothing, and yet he thinks he is superior to others. Vanity is exaggerated pride, not real pride. A humble man dislikes respect, honor, and praise. He shuns fame and distinction. He never shows his knowledge, ability, and prose, etc. He never praises himself. This is called humility. And there is a saying, a humble man can achieve anything and everything in this world. When you fell at the feet of any person with humility, that person is under your full control. Whatever you say, he will agree to it. This is called Vasikarana also, controlling others. Anybody you can persuade by humility. And anything you want, that you can get from that person. You know, of course it is not humility, it is the business trick. When you know the similar quality, you can control the whole world, you can by business trick. If you know the loopholes, the weak point of the customer, you can persuade him easily. Anybody in this world, even the gods are under your clutches. You can persuade them. Once I asked some person who was explaining this to me, some businessman, you can buy anybody and everybody in this creation if you know the weak point of the person. Just as in the fight, wrestling, if you know the weak point of the opponent, just press there and he is under your feet. So I asked, can you persuade your Guruji also? Yes, I can purchase my Guru because I am a businessman. I said, come on, How? What is the trick? He says, you must know the weak point of your Guru. He is your Guru and you see the weak point. Yes, there is no harm in seeing the weak point of my Guru. I said, come on, tell me how. How? He says the weak point of Guru is forgiveness and mercy, kindness. That is weak point. When you weep before your Guru, he is under your clutches. Whatever you ask, it is granted. That's how you can purchase your Guru. That is indirectly humility. You fell at his feet and weep. You are in utter helplessness. Guru is there to save you. So whatever you need, you will get it. That is the weak point of mercy. Everything has a twofold aspect. One is positive, other is negative. Even innocence or your humility, your non-violence, your truthfulness, all these, though these are the highest divine qualities, yet they have their own opposite side also. If you are merciful, you cannot win over your enemy. No. That's how sometimes we have seen when you are kind to your enemy, forgive him, then he will take the chance and he will kill you. So the other side, the rules says, niti. Niti says your enemy should not be left half dead. Never. It should be rooted out fully 100%. Chanakya Niti. Fire, enemy and disease, they should not be left half-treated. They should be rooted out fully 100%, then only you are safe. Disease and fire, one spark is enough to finish the whole forest. One day or other, if it gets some support, favorable conditions, wind, and enemy also, enemy, disease and fire, they should be rooted out completely. So mercy has no place here. As per the worldly rules and regulations, niti, how to live in this world. If you want to be successful in the relative world, you don't need the absolute knowledge. That is different. You have to track a different path. Spiritual path is different. In spiritual field, it is all these are the best qualities. They lead you to the absolute one truth. But in worldly parlance, all these are of course required, but not 100%. There is a saying, Natyantam saralair bhavyam gatva pasya vanasthalim. Chidyante saralas tatra kubjas tishtanti padapaha. The Niti Shastra says, if you want to live successfully in this relative world, you have to have little crookedness also. If you are 100% without crookedness, simple, just like a newborn child, knows nothing, innocent, you have no place in this world. See, go to the forest. All the straight trees are cut down in the very beginning, and the crooked trees are left, nobody touches it. They are left free. They can grow freely. But straight trees are cut down. So simple person has no place in the relative world. Because relative, there are crooked persons also. You have to deal with them. So this is completely different from spiritual path. Spiritual path says you have to forbear injury, insult, everything. That is how Gandhiji said, if somebody slaps you in one cheek, you have to show the other one. You can you have to bear injury, bear insult, everything. That titiksha, you have to bear everything, whatever is not favorable to you. So in this way, this humility, this is a great quality by which you can overrule the whole world, whole creation by humility. Absence of hypocrisy, amanitam. No. Adambhitvam, unpretentiousness. You should not pretend to be something what you are not. That is unpretentiousness. That is also equal to crookedness. No, non-crookedness, simplicity. Adambhitvam, I am something greater than you, that should not be there. So he says, absence of hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is to pretend to be something which you are not. Hypocrisy is the desire to appear what one is not. A sannyasi has some virtues and a little theoretical knowledge derived from books. He pretends to be a liberated sage. Of course, you people may not have seen them, but every now and then some people come to ashram. Such persons, they pretend, I am the Guru, I know everything, you don't understand my power, my greatness, you have to accept me. So many people we have come across. So little, and you say you see, some people, they pretend to be sannyasi also by keeping some beards and hairs and hair locks, jata, and having some geru cloth. We are sannyasis, self-made sannyasis. And you have to, the purpose is everybody should bow down to me, respect me, and fulfill my needs. Easily you can persuade everyone. Who is going to ask him? Who is dare enough to ask him, who is your guru and where are you initiated? How do you have become a sannyasi? What is the rules and regulations of the sannyasi? There are some loopholes how you can know them. A sannyasi knows who is sannyasi or not. A doctor knows others whether they are doctors or not. But an engineer cannot know whether he is a doctor or not. Unless you become that, you don't know whether he is right or wrong. So in this way, only sannyasis can identify them. A small story. Once what happened, our real incident, our Radha Krishna, president, Sarvapalli Radha Krishnan, he came to ashram to meet Gurudev. And at that time I was in ashram. I was new and I didn't know all these Guru Bhais, everybody and all other sannyasis of Rishikesh, different ashrams. I don't know many, few I know. And when he comes, I was waiting, everybody was not allowed inside Gurudev Kutir. It was checked up thoroughly by CIDs. And I was watching outside and sitting in a place looking at the crowd. A great crowd was moving around the ashram because president is coming. And I saw some new sannyasis. They were behaving differently. I had doubt on them. A few sannyasis, newly shaved and some new clothes, everything is new. And they are not behaving as sannyasis. They are going to water taps, drinking water, but their gaze is on the people who is telling what is standing, why they are gathering in one place. Their mentality I could understand. A sannyasi will not drink water like that. Drinking water is a pretense. And he will be sitting there and hearing people around who is talking what about anything, government and other things. So I had a great doubt over some 4 or 5 persons like this. They were just roaming around. So when president went away, I asked some of our Guru Bhais, senior Guru Bhais who were present in the Gurudev Kutir. They were allowed, they were serving Gurudev. So I asked one of them, Devanand Swamiji, Swamiji, I have some question, can you? Silently I took him aside and I asked, have you seen these sannyasis? Yes, I know them. they don't appear to be sannyasis. I have doubt. How do you think? Are they sannyasis? Don't talk. Keep quiet. I shall tell you afterwards. When the crowd was not there, he explained some CIDs came to Gurudev Kutir inside. They said, we are CIDs. We want to change our dress, make up ourselves. Please allow us. So Gurudev said, yes, yes, let them. So they saved inside the kutir and they colored their clothes also inside. Nobody knows outside what is going on. And everything they dressed up as sannyasi, pure sannyasi with bhasmi and everything, and bald head. And they came out one after another, and they were roaming around to watch the people, to know the secrets. Swamiji told me afterwards the secret. In this way, if you are a sannyasi, you know the behavior of a sannyasi, you can catch him. The pseudo sannyasis are caught. But if you are not so, you cannot understand who is sannyasi and who is not. From their behavior, their body language, you can understand what is inside. So in this way, this pretendance is everywhere we see in this world. You have little money in your pocket and you pose to be a great rich man in the market. You just go and talk with the shopkeepers proudly. What do you know? I have seen Bombay and Calcutta. What do you know about the cost of all these things? I know everything. He knows nothing. Similarly, everywhere we pose ourselves to be something which we are not. In our relative world, everybody is a poser. Uncle Poser hangs a picture. Everybody poses to be something which is not.
Wise one also pretends.
Yes, wise men also pretend. They don't want to show their wisdom.
Wise one pretends to be a fool in front of fools who pretend to be intelligent.
Yes, exactly. The same thing happens everywhere in this relative world. The wise men never want to show them off. And the foolish people, they want to show their greatness. The moment and other rules are there in Nitya Shastra also. One who praises you before you, don't believe such people.
Like we are also pretending that we are listening to you. This is how we pretend.
Yes, yes. And I also am pretending I know everything. This is the world. And world also pretends to be something which is not. This vanity, this pretendency, and this showing off, the whole world is a show, my dear. Whole world is a show. Jadabharat was roaming just like a fool, just like a deaf and dumb person. He was full of knowledge. Rahugan accepted him in the end because he was a wise man. He understood this person is not ordinary man. He accepted him as a guru. Mahatmas roam about like mad chaps or some wanderers or something, but they have so much wisdom within, they don't want to see. So, it is also a rule for the Mahatmas. Unless you are asked by someone sincerely and from their heart of hearts, you should not tell the secrets of the truth to everyone, each and everyone. Just like you hide your wealth, don't throw it out. So also your wealth, your wisdom, your experience should not be thrown out before everyone. So this is how this vanity, absence of hypocrisy, is a great quality which is a must for a spiritual aspirant. Hypocrisy is the desire to appear what one is not. A sannyasi has some virtues and little theoretical knowledge derived from the books, and he pretends to be a liberated sage. And this is a religious hypocrisy. A man in whom this is absent is simple and modest. Simple. Simplicity is the greatest quality. God loves the simple ones. In Ramayana it is said, Tulsi Ramayana, Mohi kapat chala chhidra na bhava nirimal man jana so mohi pava. Lord Rama explains to Vibhishan when he comes and surrenders to him with a pure heart, simple heart. He comes and falls at his feet. So Ramji said, though all others, including Sugriva and others, our Jambavan, Hanuman of course kept quiet. He knows the nature of Lord, so he kept quiet, he didn't opine. But others just were against accepting our enemy's brother as Vibhishan in our army camp. He should not be. But then only Ramji explained his own nature, how he behaves with his devotees. He says, Nirimala manajana so mahi pava. One who has got simple, spotless, faithful heart, he reaches me. Mohi kapata chala chidrana bhava. I don't like crookedness, hypocrisy, and pretendency, all this I don't like. Such a person is away from me. So simplicity is the greatest quality loved by the Lord. That's how they say God is always in the heart of children. They are so simple. We make them crooked. We teach them how to lie, how to behave crookedly. Don't speak out the loopholes of the family inside. Don't talk all these to outsiders. It is our prestige. The whole world is like this, my dear.
घंटी बजता है तो पिताजी बोलते हैं बच्चे को, जाके बोल दो कि पिताजी घर पे नहीं है. बच्चा जाके बोलता है वो पापा ने बोला कि पिताजी घर पे नहीं है.
Father said, he is not present in house. He has gone somewhere. Poor fellow. Then he is beaten by the father. You rascal, you give our loopholes to others. We teach the children to be crooked. By birth, children are simple. They don't know what is lie. Whatever they see, they express it as it is. That is called truthfulness. So in this way, this is a religious hypocrisy. A man in whom this is absent is simple and modest. He never advertises his own virtues, qualities, in order to get respect, name and worship from others. He is anti-name and fame. Once Gurudev was in All India tour and in Ambala Cant. He was welcomed so highly. Oh, truckload of garlands. He was tired. Assistants were tired to remove the garlands, just as Draupadi Chiraharan. Dushasan was tired to take out the saris from Draupadi. So also our devotees, our assistants of Gurudev were tired taking out the garlands. And at the end of the satsang, when Gurudev was given some comfortable room for his rest, our Paramahansa, who was very near to Gurudev and first disciple of Gurudev and who conducted this is his mental work. He conducted this tour efficiently. He had always eyes upon Gurudev, whether he is comfortable or not. So wherever Gurudev rests, at night he goes on watching Gurudev from some holes. He makes some holes to see Gurudev whether he is resting fully, nicely, he is comfortable or not. That night our Paramahansa saw some strange views. He saw Gurudev entered inside, closed the room, knocked the door, locked the door from inside, and he took the broomstick and he was going on beating himself. Next morning, when everything was ready for breakfast, Gurudev's breakfast, Paramahansa goes inside Gurudev. When he started taking breakfast, Paramahansa says with folded hand, Gurudev, I have a doubt. Can I ask if you have permission? Yes, Paramahansa, you can ask. Gurudev, I saw something last night. I couldn't understand the situation. What was that? Can I ask you? Yes, Paramahansa, you can ask me. So Paramahansa narrated the story, what I saw last night. Gurudev said, it was right, you saw properly. I was testing my mind. When you are so much proud, of course Gurudev was not proud, but mind feels happy when everybody is respecting and garlanding. Naturally mind will be puffed up. So, I was testing my mind when you were garlanded, you were so happy. Now, are you happy by broomstick? You should have equal vision. You should behave everything similarly, same way. I was testing, of course, mind was passed in the test. This is how the great people behave with themselves. They never forgive their own mistakes. They punish themselves. The real, sincere persons, they will not show off like this. Whereas some hypocrites are there who show off themselves. They know they are not so. And such a person, he never advertises his own virtues and qualities in order to get respect, name and worship from others. He will never disclose any meritorious or charitable act done by him. They say, if the right hand given some money to some charity, done some charitable work, given some money to some beggars, the left hand should not get the information. So much secret it is. It should be kept as a secret. Your mind also should not know. The hand has gone to the pocket and given something without the knowledge of the mind, without counting. Just give it. Don't see what is given. The intellect should not decide how much you have given. This is how simplicity is known, and your charitable works should not be disclosed to anyone, even not to yourself. You should forget it. And on the other hand, your mistakes should be opened out. Then only you are aware of your mistakes, and then only you can rectify it. There is a saying, if you open out your actions, whatever you have done, whether it is good or bad, if it is gone to other ears, they know it, then it reduces, it will not enhance, it will get finished. So your meritorious deeds and your sinful deeds, if you go on propagating how much bad works you have done, then slowly it will be, people will curse you, insult you, throw stones at you, thereby they will share your sins and you will be free of sins. Tomorrow I shall tell you a story on this, practical story, incident. How when you go on, this is called also prayaschit. Prayaschit. If you go on telling your bad deeds before everyone, they will curse you, they will insult you, abuse you, thereby your sin slowly gets reduced and you are sin free. And if you go on telling your good deeds, that also gets reduced. So your name and fame should be secret. Nobody, you should not hear it, you should not give importance to it. Of course, this is just opposite in a relative world. They say, Kirtirjasya Sajivati, one who has fame on this earth, he is ever alive. Your fame is your life. Kirtirjasya Sajivati. Now we remember Mahatma Gandhi, and you know, in some Puranas, in the law books of spiritual scriptures, in the law book of spirituality, it is said, one who has name and fame on the earth, they go to enjoy to Chandralok. They they enjoy because it is nectarian field, enjoyable field. So there they go and enjoy till their fame is on the earth. And then they will be kicked out. That all. Eh? No, Badram nahi. That bad name is not there. Eh? But Ravan was remembered because of Ram. Enmity with great people also. Now that is different aspect, we shall discuss it. How negativity and positivity, clockwise motion and anti-clockwise motion reaches the same point. That is different aspect altogether. That is not negativity which takes you to Chandralok. No, that is not allowed. You will rot in the hell. Don't be mistaken. So such a person, he never discloses his charitable, meritorious deeds done by him. He is free from pedantry. He will never sell his knowledge in order to achieve fame. He will never sell his knowledge. It is selling the knowledge when you demand pranami from others. And the month end you should give your envelope of pranami. Yes, sir. So, all these demands, Guru Dakshina, of course, Guru Dakshina is our custom, that also we shall discuss. Guru Dakshina means this relative world is relative world only. If you get something, you have to pay something. So when you are getting such a immeasurable treasure from your Guru, you have to pay something. That is pranipatena pariprasthena sevaya. That is called Guru Dakshina. Not only money or something, but from your heart of hearts, your humility, your heartfelt thankfulness, all these are payment in return to the Guru. And your service to the Guru, obedience, service, all these are payment in return, whatever you get from Guru. So this we shall discuss tomorrow, not today. What is the condition in relative world and what is the condition, what should be the situation in spiritual world. The relative world and spiritual world, they are opposite to each other. Where worldly people sleep, there the spiritual people are awake. And where they sleep, the spiritual people, worldly people are awake, they give importance to the relative world, whereas the spiritual people are asleep in this, means they are unknown, they are ignorant of the worldly transactions and all the laws. They overcome, they go beyond it. So this always there is some difference between these two tracks, opposite to each other. So tomorrow we shall see further, more we shall discuss on this absence of hypocrisy, vanity, and shanti, ahimsa, arjavam, acharya upasanam. Here we shall discuss how one should behave with Guru tomorrow. Acharya upasana, how to worship the Guru. Saucham, what is called purity. And sthairiam, of course we have discussed a little in the last verse, that is dhriti. Here it is called sthairiam. Sthairiam and dhriti, they have little similarity. Sthairiam, stability. Atma vinigraha, control of senses, yourself. So all these we shall discuss tomorrow. Thank you. Hari Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnada Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai. Hari Om.